No, I mean, we know what's happening. And probably the bottom has been reached. I mean, this is the opinion now. From our point of view, strictly from India's point of view, we have the strength and the fundamentals being as strong as they are in terms of savings rate, for example, or investment rate, for example, and our domestic demand situation, for example, and at the same time, then entrepreneurship, etc., etc. So we have sufficient, strength to be able to face the problems which are being caused by Chinese.
That's exactly my question. The question that I want to ask you is that are there opportunities that exist in this crash, or do you believe there will be more problems that the pain in China will throw up?
No, you see, I don't believe in opportunities being created by crash. What I believe is that there will be occasional crash. I mean, one here, there, and so on. US 2008, there was a problem, and we have to handle it. And we have to accept the fact that it may have some impact, for example, on our exports. But then there are counter effects, such as prices of oil, which is which is positive for us. So, it's a mix of circumstances. Right. And your main issue is how do you do the best under the circumstances, global circumstances. Fortunately for us, we are not that dependent on trade.
That's right.
As I mentioned to you, that our investment rate and also investment savings ratios, etc., are pretty positive. So the primary thing that we need to do is to deliver.
That's right.
Deliver within inverted commas. That we should be able to stick to the timelines so far as projects are concerned. We should be able to increase the investment rate. I mean, after all, public investment is the most important part in terms of infrastructure.
That's right. I do want to draw your attention to the latest CMIE data that has been released for the December quarter. If you actually see, investment proposals have fallen 74% and commissioning of new projects is down 49%. How worried are you on account of that data, and what would you attribute this to?
No, but that's so far as the investment cycle is concerned. I mean, I don't know what I attribute it to, but there may be uncertainty. And if they are talking about, say, private sector, then they may be waiting to see what happens on the public sector. And so far as public sector is concerned, they may be waiting, to get money for meeting their NPAs and to do other kinds of issues that they face. So what I'm saying is it's a mix of circumstances. And our priority, given our fundamentals being as strong as they are, at the moment is to deliver. At the moment, it is essential to ensure that we announce targets which are realistic and just get on with it.
Talking about targets, a lot of people are worried that because of what we are seeing now, the latest CMIE data, or the fact that growth isn't picking up, fiscal year 17 growth could be a lot less than fiscal year 16. Are you somebody who's losing sleep over it?
No, I'm not losing sleep, and I don't know. It entirely depends on what we do in 16, which would determine 17. Because expectations are extremely important, in guiding the pattern of demand and supply in any system, So what I would say is that, again, that I don't know, I don't forecast, and I'm absolutely sure that if we achieve, say, 6.5 to 7% rate of growth in 16, as we can and we will, perhaps.
That's right.
Then there is nothing to say that 17 we can't do even better.
But
if supposing there is a further crash, or if supposing the European Union or something like that happens, which is again in a disarray. So FII is affected, FDI is affected. We are dependent on some of these issues, and if the investment confidence declines, then something can happen. But we can tackle it. My primary point is that we have the resources, we have the strength, and we have the capacity to tackle.
But you're also somebody who doesn't obsess too much about growth numbers. Am I right there? Because you believe that it's not as if 7% to 6.5% is going to make a big difference. Why do you say so?
No, obviously. I mean, how do I know that there is no drought? I mean, how much is the contribution of, say, agriculture to growth? And not agriculture directly, then to employment, then to manufacturing demand. So we don't know. I mean, it's a complex situation. All of us want reasonably high rate of growth. All of us want a high return to whatever we invest.
That's right.
And all of us want the timeline in terms of what India is capable of doing in terms of investment projects, in terms of, say, power projects, in terms of supply of food grains to the poor and so on and so forth. They are kept. If we have administrative problems, they should either be tackled or we should revise our targets downwards to begin with.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.